just how did it feel being out there today? Saw you in 11. Just how does it feel to be back on the field?
It was great. Um, it was a great feeling to be back out there. I'm glad to be healthy and back to full speed and feeling a little better.
How was this journey for you mentally for the injury?
It was tough. It was tough. I hate to leave the season the way I did last year with so much at stake in terms of fighting for playoffs and stuff like that. But my situation with my knee was something I had to take care of, so it just kind of forced me to, just look inward. That really just come up with a plan for the future. Look inward and come up with a plan.
How long did it take early in the offseason? Because I remember you were pretty confident at the end of last year that, locker cleanout day, that you were going to be back soon.
Yeah. I knew I was going to be back soon. The timeline of the recovery would have brought me back for OTAs, and the Dolphins had told me that going into training. So, that was my goal the whole time, getting better every day.
You mentioned looking inward. Just what did you find? What did you discover about yourself?
More so when I say looking inward, it's like you don't get a lot of outside validation from playing. So it's like I don't get to go play a game and people tell me, oh, you played well. Looking inward is just finding the confidence in, my training, that I'll be back to my usual self when I get out there.
Austin, earlier today when we were talking with Mike McDaniel about you, he had mentioned, and this was a reference to early in your career, Austin heard the labels and he excelled beyond that.
Yeah.
And kind of shed those labels. What do you remember about that time? How did you take it when people were maybe critical of you?
Well, I'm a very simple guy, so I wasn't playing well. And I took that as I needed to play better, get better. Simple as that. Now, did some people not believe in me? Sure. But I always believe in myself and my work ethic, so I was ready.
This is a big offseason for Patrick Paul. He's going to be starting on the other side. What have you seen from him in his development in the second season?
He's been really consistent in his training, which is really good for a young player. And especially for him last year to this year, he lost a little bit of weight and has still been able to maintain his strength. So that's another big jump that tackles have to adjust to when they come into the league.
Austin, a couple of things, sorry, Boo. You're not wearing a brace or a sleeve on your knee, or is there any significance to that?
I've always hated playing in knee braces. Even in college they give us knee braces, and I would beg my coach to take them off for game day. But yeah, I'm healthy. I don't need it. If I need it, I'll know. My body will tell me. But so far, I've been great.
And people have said that this is your room now, the offensive line room. Is that accurate? And how does it feel to have that bestowed on you?
It's really Stephen Ross's room. No. Right. But no, I definitely do agree. I am the older player in the room now. Armstead was that guy for us for a while, for me. And I think now with the younger guys coming in and me, myself, having more confidence in the system, I definitely can help anybody who's looking to do what we do the right way.
Do you kind of stole my question a little bit, so I'll rephrase it as, do you see your role shifting a little bit with Teron Nagana's mentor in addition to starting right tackle?
Oh, you said my roles?
Yeah, your role.
Okay. Yeah, it is changing a little bit. Because, usually people go to Armstead for stuff, ask him questions, but now they come ask me. So it's cool. I appreciate it. Make sure I'm at my best, giving advice. And really just making sure I'm leading by example. I don't ever want to say one thing and do the other. So.
Do you have enough room at your place to host the O-line meal?
Yes, I do. But I'd like the idea of us, getting on the water or something. I don't know, Mastros or something. But we'll see.
Why is that? Why on the water?
It's nice. Just looks nice. Especially out here in Florida. Yeah, it's just a good dinner by the water. Makes me ready for the next day.
By the water, not on the water. You first said that, I'm thinking like a boat.
Yeah,
Oh, you thinking
I was
boat?
thinking boat.
No, I'm thinking by the water.
Okay.
On the water is probably better, though. That's a better idea. But I was thinking by the water.
Okay.
The one you ran on the beach?
That's a great one.
Oh, okay.
That's a great one. The Fort Lauderdale one is on the water as well. But yeah.
Austin, what have you noticed from Chop in his second spring camp so far?
Oh yeah, he's playing very well. He's playing very well in his second spring. He's been a lot more active with his hands, playing more physical. He looks a lot more confident, comfortable than his rookie year. And he's definitely looks like he's gonna make that big second year jump that we want to see. Coaches want to see, whatever.
Even though you're not live in full contact, how would you kind of evaluate your live reps today against Chop and the rest of the defense?
How would I evaluate them? I would evaluate them as, some things are good, some things to get better at. Right at this time, it would be a detriment to myself if I focused on us not having pads. So, we kind of just do our thing and go with it and focus on the main thing, which is winning, productivity.
AJ, the vibe around here, I know this league is a business, and you've got Jalen Ramsey taking care of business, Jonnu Smith taking care of business. You guys are coming off of a losing season. How is this the same vibe? Is it more optimistic, a little more down? How would you describe the vibe around here?
I would say it's optimistic. Optimistic because we didn't get the outcome we wanted as a team, last year. No playoffs, no. I think we had a losing record for most of the year, finished the losing record. So the feeling is optimistic and hardworking, man. Everyone just wants to get better, and the business stuff is the business stuff. We can't do much with that. We don't know how that's going to play out. But for the guys that are there right now, it's like we're very optimistic that whoever's on the field is doing the right thing so we can win.
This morning, Coach talked about Tua's ownership of just everything with the organization, not just his job as the quarterback. I'm curious what you've noticed from that, from your perspective, and how valuable it is to have a quarterback that can really point things out across the entire field.
Very valuable. Tua in year 6, he's definitely a lot more confident and decisive on and off the field. He knows what people are supposed to be doing in terms of training. He knows what we're doing on the field. He knows how to take care of his body. He knows how to unite guys, bring us together for, team camaraderie and stuff, just to get together. He's he's a full-blown leader, and I think he's showing that he wants to take control of his team, and he is.
James Daniels not quite ready to be out there yet in practice. What are the ways that you guys as an O-line can sort of build some chemistry even when he's not on the practice field yet?
Well, right now, I would say the way is the meeting rooms. We watch a lot of film together, and he is an older player, so he has had a lot of experience playing in NFL games, so he can get the concepts a little more. He can gain the concepts faster, but the meeting room is the main way we kind of gel so that training camp we can be full speed.
Last question.
The rookie, Jonas Savaiinat. Did I get it? Savaiinat? All right, what have you seen from him? Jonah, JS. What have you seen from JS so far?
He showed up every day just ready to work. I mean, he's very, very physical, very fast guy, and he gets better every day. I think he'll be great in the system.